Right, so you want to make money with SaaS, that is software as a service. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing step by step to scale our software as a service business to 10K a month. Now, the reality is that all this fancy editing isn't needed at all. The reason why I do it is to hook you into thinking I'm some sort of guru, and then actually to get you to watch the whole video, because that's where the true gold nuggets are. So with that being said, let's just jump straight into my computer and I'll show you exactly step by step what we're doing, how we're doing it, and how you can too try and make money by selling software. So let's jump in. All right, we're here. Let's just jump straight into it. Now, first thing I want to tell you is how to market your SaaS, that's a software as a service business, to 10K MRR. MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue. Now, why 10K? Because that's, I guess, the golden standard in business. And with software companies tend to sell to 3 or 4x their monthly recurring revenue times 12. That's the year, right? And that's almost about $500,000 in value. So that's why 10K is the golden standard, right? So how do we do it? First step is to go watch my last video. Now, my last video is here, right? Is building a profitable software business. And I go over exactly what the gurus won't tell you, right? Because I've built 2 software businesses so far. One was a marketplace. We grew from $0 to $300,000 in the first 12 months. And now the B2B software that I'm going to currently grow now is now at 9K MRR since the video I last recorded last week. So I have the receipts to prove it. I don't hide anything. In my last video, I go over why it's hard and why you need to do it and how you can do it. So go watch it. It's here on my YouTube channel. So this one, right? Now, let's jump into this video. So that's the first step, right? And by the way, I took this screenshot a couple hours ago. We're at 9K MRR now. So we're very close to the 10K mark. We're not yet there, but my goal is to detail to you exactly what we're doing and what are our plans for the future. Now, if and when the first step is done, we can move on to the second step, which is leverage free marketing channels, right? And why is this so important? Because when you're growing a business, right, to go from 0 to 10, 20, 30, $50,000 a month, you don't need to spend money on ads, right? You don't need and you shouldn't spend money on ads. Why? Because you can go to 10, 20, 30K a month just by acquiring customers organically, right? Slow and steady, understanding what the customers that are currently with you want and what the customers that are not currently with you, but let's say you have a free trial on your product, they've tried your product and what they like to see, right? Just with that, right? Just with the influx of emails and customers you're getting from free marketing channels, you can grow this just like we did, right? To 9K MRR. We haven't spent a penny on ads. I mean, we tried, but it was awful, right? Because ads, people think that is just turning on the ad and then just see money, print money, right? And it's not even close to that, right? Having an ad means you have to have you need to know proper copywriting, do the imaging, and then have the email funnel, because people aren't just going to click on an ad and buy, right? You got to have a nurturing sequence, an email sequence to get them to buy, right? So you go in the hole, you go red to go green in the long term. And that's very hard to achieve, right? As a beginner, at least. So first things first is leverage free marketing channels, right? Go everywhere. At the moment, we have 2 Twitter accounts, mine and my co-founder's one, 3 YouTube channels, this one, which I guess indirectly promotes the SaaS, even though I've never actually giving you the URL. We have one of my SEO YouTube channels, so a YouTube channel where I solely speak about SEO, and that's in the same niche of this business, so it makes sense. And the third one, which is the branded channel, right? We have a YouTube channel that's branded to the software that we're building. So it's very important because I can speak on this later on. Having a software, right? You want to have assets associated with it, right? Social media platforms, that being YouTube, and YouTube with tutorial videos, how the software works. Even marketing videos is an asset that increases this multiple right here. So having assets associated with your brand and not having the brand just solely depend on your personal Twitter account makes it so it's much more valuable, because if and when you want to sell it, people and the buyer might devalue the business because they say, this business is too dependent on your personal brand. So that's why we're building these branded assets, right? So we're not the brand isn't entirely dependent on us, right? Because we just started with this, right? With the 2 Twitters. But now we have 3 YouTubes, right? Granted, 2 of these YouTubes are branded as myself. Only one is the actual personal brand. Only one is the actual brand. Then cold email. This is something we're starting now, right? And I can dive deeper into this, but we're segmenting people, right? We're targeting agencies, right? We're targeting competitors, and we're targeting business, right? That's the whole thing. Cold email, essentially what you do is free to some extent. You got to buy the software to warm up the emails and to send the emails. And you got to find a way to scrape the emails These are freemium, not freemium, but these are paid, but kind of free because it's not that expensive. Granted, we achieved 9K a month just with these, right? Just with these two. So you can do it too, right? I guess the next steps moving to paid will be starting with cold email and then maybe ads. But yeah, cold email, I'm not going to tell you it works great, but we're doing it now. We're going to start doing it now, and I expect great results. Then finally, TikTok. This is something that I do want to get into, which I think is going to boost up this a lot. Now, granted, TikTok is going to be branded as a personal brand account, so it will make the business more dependent on a personal account, on a personal brand, which is not ideal, but I think you could grow it a lot because the thing with TikTok and like YouTube or Twitter, all these ones, is it's still very easy, according to what I've seen, to go viral, right? So you can put the same amount of effort you put into these ones, but here the probability of going viral isn't 100%, but it's higher than the other one. So starting TikTok soon. So again, leverage free marketing channels. No need to just go to paid. Do everything you can to squeeze as much juice from the paid channels as well. Are you posting one video a day on YouTube? Are you posting 10 tweets a day? Are you emailing 10 people on LinkedIn? How many things are you doing, right? You have to do a lot of stuff, right? Because with free marketing, it isn't just pouring in money into the ad machine and the ad machine does the quote unquote outreach for you. No, there's no machine here. You got to do it all manually. So squeeze these free marketing channels as much as you can because we did it and we achieved this. So you can do it too. Then next one, if I can delete this, is do shit until it works. Max it, then move on, right? So this is what I was just talking about here. Do every single thing, cold email, tweet, YouTube, do every single way or try every single method of acquiring clients until you think you've exhausted it. For example, I think we've exhausted the amount of clients we can bring in from Twitter. Of course, you can always bring more, right? But I think we've exhausted it to some extent, and most of our clients are on Twitter as well. So now we're going heavy on YouTube, right? And we're going heavy on two new channels, cold email and soon TikTok, right? So do shit until it works, which was what we found with Twitter. Max it, right? Post 100 tweets a day, right? Send 100 emails a day until you max that. And then if you see diminishing returns, move on to other platforms, right? Just don't do them all at once, right? That's very important here. Now, granted, I'm kind of doing them all at once here, but I mean, do as I say, not as I do, I guess, or do as I do, not as I say. Then, very important one here. The better market product wins, not the best product. What does this mean? Let's say you go into a competitive industry, right? Where there's a bunch of competitors of yours that do the same thing as you do, right? Your product doesn't necessarily need to be better in its technical sense. You just gotta be heavier in making noise, making more marketing, right? The better marketed product wins, not the best product, because you can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, you're never gonna get a sale. So you can have a shitty product and market the hell out of it and win over the best product, if there's even a best product in the industry. So the better marketed product wins, not the best product. This is so important, so important, because oftentimes people focusing on, I gotta have the perfect product before I launch. It needs to be better than all the competition. It needs to do this, and that. No, it doesn't, right? It just needs to do the basic functions, solve a problem, and then you just market the hell out of it, right? Do every single thing you can so that people, or the most amount of people, know about your product. Super important, right? Then, moving on to number 5. And I've hidden all these with a purpose to get you to keep on watching the video. So that's why. Big one here. And I do kind of maybe to some extent understand that the things that I'm nailing down here might not be relatable to you because you might not be at this stage yet, but you soon will, right? But be quick to assess customer feedback and improve fix things, right? As soon as you start getting customers, ask them, right? If something breaks, like, fix it right away. If a ticket is open, if you're like doing some customer support, reply right away. Reply within 5 minutes of you getting it. Be on top of things because people love you being fast, right? Assessing what they need and want and be quick and fast to improve it. Because your first customers, maybe they're 5, 10, which is nothing, right? They're your best bet into improving the product. Don't listen to outside feedback. Listen to only people that are paying you, right? Again, super cliche and might sound simple to understand, but most people don't do it, right? From what I've found. And 6, big one here: force, quote unquote, customers to give you feedback via email. Constantly email your users, the ones who paid and the ones who didn't. Maybe you have a freemium product which they can try out a free version of. email them over and over again until they reply to you what they liked, what I don't like, what I would change, and go back and forth. The more you go back and forth in this loop, the better. The faster you're going to improve your product, the more your current customers are going to love you. So they might buy another package, they might tell their friends about it, right? Forcing them to give you feedback via email, right? By annoying them constantly in an ethical way will skyrocket your product development, which in theory will skyrocket the amount of money the product makes. And then finally, big one, you gotta leverage your best assets, right? Leverage your best asset, which in software or even business at all tends to be email, right? Every single person that signs up, whether that's a free user or a paid user, you always get their email, right? At least if you have things correctly set up, you always get their email. So what you got to do with email, because everyone opens email, right? Maybe you go on Twitter, you go on social media, you get distracted, right? Everyone opens their email eventually, right? So leverage your best asset, which is your customers or non-customers' emails. Ask them what they want. And these two are tied up, right? These three are tied up, actually. Ask them what they want. Ask them, let's say you want to build a feature. Don't just build a feature. Email your email list, say, listen, we're thinking about building this, this, and that. What do you think? Would you pay for it? Do you like it? Do you don't like what don't you like about it, right? This is super powerful. And this is something we've been doing from the get-go, from the start, right? We've used and abused of our customers' emails because that's the biggest asset you have when you're starting out. And honestly, not just when you're starting out. I mean, when you're at 10, 20, 30K, 40K MRR, your best asset is still the people that have either paid you, right? Or that have used their product in a free way and you have their email, right? This is your best asset. Don't use this for granted. Don't take this for granted because these are so important, right? Their email and the feedback they give you or the feedback they don't give you is super, super important. This is essentially, these 7 steps is what we've done to actually market to new users, right? Because you can market to new users and market to existing users via email, via following up, right? This is exactly what we've done, right? I won't dive in too deep into the actual nitty gritty because I can do sub steps here in all of these ones. And if you want, just let me know in the comments below. I can break down this even more if you want, but that will make for a super long video. I don't have time for that. But yeah, that's essentially it. Let me know what you think about this series. I'm thinking about doing more videos. So yeah, like, comment, whatever you want, subscribe. Don't forget to go watch the last video because I think it's super important. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and go make some money. And I'll catch you next week with a new one. Cheers.